you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Good morning, everybody. It's game day for the New York Jets. They take on the Atlanta Falcons today. I am your host, Nick. Thank you for being here. We're going to do a game preview. We're going to be as positive as we can to annoy Black Gypsy. I want him so aggravated that he takes an eraser and clears off the whiteboard behind him and has to start from scratch with a new plan. Folks, you're watching the Nick Shine Show. We're going to get into the Atlanta Falcons, not like Johnny Boy would get into them, but I digress. Let's go.
It's got me.
Gentry covered the football!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah. You know what else would be fantastic? Winning a game. Listen, I am not Team Tank. I want to watch this team get better as the season goes on. I want to watch this offensive line dominate. I want to watch these new receiver additions contribute to a victory. I want to watch the timing and the rhythm of the offense start to come together through average quarterback play. We don't need a top 10 quarterback. Just need to get the ball out on time. I really believe in this system. I really do. I think if we get the ball out on time, we mix in the run with Brees, we can do good things. This offensive line is going to allow us to do good things. Boomtown, good morning, my friend. I was told from a very reliable source that this was the place to be this morning. Is that true? Well, Boomtown, if you're here, it is. And if Rick Kent's here, it is.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time, shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time, shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
Hell yeah. Shout out to Addison. His birthday's tomorrow, December 1st. I got him a ticket. He said a couple weeks ago he'd never been to a Laker game, and that broke my heart. So I got Addison a ticket. He's going tomorrow night to see the Suns and the Lakers play. It'll be his first Laker game. So shout out to Addy. Happy birthday Eve, I guess, right? Hell yeah. And since you will be at the game tomorrow night, I usually don't go on Monday nights, but I will go on tomorrow night when I get home from work. So maybe you call and check in from the game. Let us know how it's going. But show Addy some love, as you always do. He's one of the homeboys. and he deserves it. He's a nice guy. Very nice guy. All right. New York Jets, folks. New York Jets. Oh, here we go. Mother effing true. My favorite, one of my favorite. I think it might be my favorite. Dixon Yass was a favorite name to say, but then I got to know him. But Mother effing Chew gifted a membership that went to Will Armano. Will Romano? Will. Thank you, Mother effing Chew. I appreciate Mother effing you. You're a nice guy. So here's what we're doing with that. We have a couple at raffle prizes we're giving away. The night of December 21st, the Saints game, we're raffling away the Darrell Revis mini helmet and also a Freeman McNeil autographed jersey. I am trying to find a Ray Mickens item to lock up all the number 24s, but the only thing I can find with Ray is autographed cards. So I am trying. I thought it'd be cool with Christmas Eve. A lot of people celebrate. I know Italians celebrate Christmas Eve as Christmas, as when they exchange gifts. Try to get those prizes with 24 to you for the 24th. But how do you get in that? Well, here's how. It's Sunday, which means all raffle entries are doubled today, folks. That's right. The morning show, the game preview, and tonight, Shine Time and Prime Time at 8 o'clock, all raffle entries are doubled. So today is the best day to contribute. It's always a good time to contribute to the channel. I'm a big fan of that. But Sunday's a really good time to contribute. So, folks, Mother effing Chew, it's on the wheel. 2 entries. Good luck to you, good sir. And thank you. Now, let's start with defense. We know Robinson is one of the top weapons in the NFL. He's up there. He can do it all. He's got almost 50 catches this season. He's averaging 11 yards per reception for a running back, which I would love to see them do with Breece Hall, right? I would love to see them get Breece in situations where he can catch and get yards after the catch. Now, Robinson can do it all. He can run. He can catch. He can take it the distance. He can run through tacklers. He can make them miss. He can embarrass them. He's everything you want in an exciting, explosive running back. Now, how do you stop that? Well, here's how. You got to stop the run on the inside first. We've been able to do that the last couple of weeks. The last 2 weeks, the New York Jets are number 1 in the NFL, not just in special teams. Shout out to Chris Banjo and squad. But they also are number 1 in yards allowed per rush. They've turned it around with the defense in terms of the front. They've added some bigger bodies. They've moved Quinnen Williams. Number 1 in yards per carry since we moved Quinnen Williams. Who would have thunk? Now, when you have these bigger bodies up front and you're congesting the running lanes, it allows your linebackers to run to the ball freely. I mention Ray Lewis all the time. Ray Lewis had 350-pound Sam Adams, 350-pound Tony Saragusa, and they can run side to side, clog up the running lanes, meet the running back in the hole, and just make that violent collision time and time again. You go back and watch the old Tennessee Titans against the Baltimore Ravens games, and the violence that Eddie George and Ray Lewis would hit one another with. It was just fun to watch as a football fan. I know we don't have those style of middle linebackers. I'm going to dream that they come back in the NFL instead of these converted safeties like we have. But I miss those just in the trenches, man on man, who's better, who's tougher, who's stronger. I like that old school football. People call me old, like Nate, like when I say that I like the post game. I miss that with Duncan, Elijah and those guys. It's not the way the game is anymore. I get it, but I can dream, right? I'm allowed to dream once in a while. Shout out to Stack from Parts Unknown. Stack gifts a membership that went to Brett N11. Thank you, Stack. Very nice of you. You're a nice guy. And followed up by the lovely Leanie from North Carolina. Leanie is in the raffle, gifting to Adams 778. 7-8, very good year. I was born in 78. So shout out to 1978. You've done some good in the world, brought me into it. Black Gypsy, I'm going to call you Jason Kidd, and I'm Kenyon Martin, and you were throwing me a violent alley oop right here. Here's why. Sherwood and Quincy need to have big games. You can't be missing tackles. You can't let Robinson break free. You get to him, you got to wrap him up. Lowering your shoulder and lunging like you're planking into a swimming pool isn't going to tackle Robinson. You got to wrap him up. You got to bring him to the ground. You got to gang tackle. You can't assume that anyone else on your team is making the tackle. You have to assume that this is how I taught kids how to play. You have to assume everything is a missed tackle and you play to the whistle. You play to the stop. Don't assume your boy is going to wrap him up. A lot of missed tackles. A lot of sloppiness in the NFL. Now, I will say the Jets from the eye test have gotten better. I haven't looked at the missed tackle rate recently, but I feel that they're doing better. The eye test tells me that they're doing better. When you're holding Derrick Henry as 21 for 64, you're doing better tackling. Now, Robinson's a different style running back. And then follow up with A-Chain next week. And then follow up with ETN after that. We're going to have a different variety of running backs than we had this past Sunday against Derrick Henry. Now, when the team wants to establish the run between the tackles time and time again, you can kind of pack it in. You can get tighter on defense and help stop that. But when you have these runners and these slashers, for those of you playing fantasy football, Tyler Warren is good to go. Just came in from Tom Palacero. I'll try to give you guys all the tweets and the reports as they come in. Also, Alan, how's things going in New Jersey?
That guy fucked me twice.
Sorry to hear that. But now, Kirk Cousins. If you can contain Robinson and you can allow Kirk Cousins to be in 3rd and 8s, this is where you want to be. This is where the Jets can win the game. This is where Kirk Cousins will have to hold the ball a little bit longer. And you're hoping Briggs, JJ, Will Mack, and others can get home. Even if you can't get home, you want to collapse the pocket and you want to make Cousins move his feet. He's not comfortable there. He can't really move. He's slower than Rodgers. And we saw the difficulty that we brought to the Steelers in week 1, where we sacked 4 times in week 1. I would love to see this Jets pass rush dominate today. It's wet. It's going to be raining. It started coming down right before the show. I took a bag of garbage outside. It's cold. It's not windy, which is a surprise for this time of year. The wind the last week or two in New Jersey has been rough. I would say about 75% of the time it's windy. Charles came to get an apple pie on Tuesday. It was rain coming in sideways. Breaking news on college football. Florida is expected to hire Tulane's John Summerall as its next head coach. That's coming in. Tom Brady, 7 rings. Member for 5 months. Bain Jr. DN is the best player in this draft by some site. Would you like the Jets to go for the best player available? If we get rejected with trading up for a quarterback, and if Simpson and Moore go back to school, you might not have a choice. If that's the case, either wide receiver, defensive playmaker, take the best player available. But I want a quarterback. I want Mendoza. But if we are not allowed to move up and get Mendoza, then there's a couple defensive end players. There's Reese from Ohio State. There's Bain. I think the kid's name is Falk from Auburn. There's some good, big, physical DNs that I would love to add. But I am Team Mendoza. Hashtag mayhem for Mendoza, baby. We're going through all this hell. At least let the light at the end of the tunnel be a franchise quarterback. But thank you for supporting the channel. And also, I have never seen a team with an easier schedule than the New England Patriots have this year. I follow Tankathon every year for the last decade, if not more. And I've never seen a team with an opposition strength of schedule in the 300s. And the Patriots are like 364, I think. That's horrible. I've never seen a team below like 430. It just shows that the Patriots are not as good as they look on paper with their record. They're playing bad teams and they're doing just enough to beat them. That being said, take the Giants in the money line with Jameis Winston Monday night, baby. Dixon, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 crack commandments. Boom. Thank you for all you do, Nick. We love you. You're the best. Go Gators and go Jets. Also, just got a blueberry pie. I'll be right back. Who sleeps with a blueberry pie? But enjoy yourself, sir. Enjoy yourself. But folks, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We got the morning show now. We got the post-game show tonight at 8 o'clock. We're a couple subscribers away from 1,900. Would love your help with getting there. Would love to hit that today to close out the month. So please do your part in helping this channel grow. I've said before, if you have a kid, they have YouTube, go subscribe. Girlfriend, boyfriend, both. We don't judge. Subscribe to the channel, please. And also, sometimes addition by subtraction. Knob, you had a good run. You are the longest reigning member of this channel. So I'll miss you. I love you. And I wish you well, my friend. Thanks for all you've done. And have a nice life, okay? All right. Bye. Swamp Ranger says, to be fair, you play who you play. I hate the Pats, but good teams beat who they should beat. True. But average teams can beat lesser opponents. They're not impressing me. I'll say that. They're not impressing me at all. And I don't think they win a playoff game. I don't care about their record. I've seen good New England Patriots teams. This is not one of them. They're just playing shitty opponents week after week. They have the easiest schedule in the history of the NFL. So I'm not going to blow them like some other people are doing all over the internet. Hey, 7 Rings. Yes, I mean you. Yeah, but I'll start shitting on Buffalo too with this. Not a fan of Buffalo. Not a fan of Buffalo. If Josh Allen isn't playing superhuman, they don't have a chance. They're not well coached. I think Sean McDermott deserves to get fired. I've said it for 2 years. You can't have that team, that quarterback, and not even get to a Super Bowl. And you're getting worse. I thought they should have got rid of him last year, and they should have went for Belichick. Bring Belichick in to coach that team with the quarterback in place. But I'm just not impressed with them. Sure, you win week to week. You're beating teams like the Jets, the Saints, the Browns, the Titans. You lost to the Raiders. They played Bengals tight last week. They got lucky without having Jamar Chase there. They only won by, I think, 6 points without Chase and Burrow. I'm not going ballistic about the New England Patriots. Also, we need the Colts to lose. That's today's pick. And fuck Quinnen Williams. 21 pressures in the last 3 games. Muhammad Wilkerson 2.0. That's what I'm going to call Quinnen Williams from now on. Got paid and couldn't get anywhere near double-digit sacks again. You see how he's playing now in Dallas. He had 19 pressures in 9 games with the Jets. Goes to Dallas, hiccup. Goes to Dallas, and he's already topped that in 3 games. Yeah, Rick Kent, just like Muhammad Wilkerson, got the payday and the production went away. And now you leave and go elsewhere and you're revitalized? Fuck that. I don't care how nice your smile is. I don't care if you did bless you, thank you. You left, thank you for the picks. And I hate that I got to hate Quinnen, but you could just tell he's playing on a different level since he left. So fuck that. And fuck anybody who's like that. And fuck anyone who defends him. Very good point, Knob. Yeah. Good point, Rick. I don't have any respect for that. You play hard, you're getting paid. I don't care if you're unhappy where you are. You when you're a man, you put your name on a contract, you are guaranteeing to give your best. And I don't have any respect for anybody who starts to phone it in and who doesn't give their all with anything in life. And I say that as someone who phoned life in for many years. And I hated who I was. So I say that at myself as well as at Quinnen Williams. So I'm not sitting here to point and judging. I'm also self-assessing. I didn't like the person that I was, so I don't like to see people who are like that. And as Leany says, exactly, Nick. Fuck that shit. What did Quinnen Williams say when he first got to the locker room? Where'd it go? Wait a minute. What did Quinnen Williams say when he first got to the locker room in Dallas?
Show me your butthole.
It's true. What he said. It's exactly what he said. Knobcraft says there's two things in Texas: steers and Quins. Ooh, Q word. I like it. Now, back to today's game. I'm amped up today, folks. I don't know why. We're 2-9, but I'm excited for the game. I get excited every week. I'm going to stay home, relax, kick my feet up, watch this game. I just really want to see Jets offensively. It's got to be the Brees Hall show with a nice little sprinkle of Isaiah Davis. Get Brees going in the run game, in the pass game. Now, how do you get Brees going in the pass game? When we had Justin Fields at quarterback, the defense kept closing up. They get closer to the line of scrimmage because they're not afraid of the ball going downfield. Even though it's raining, you have all the speed. You got to get the ball downfield. If you get the linebackers dropping, that's when you hit the swing pass. And now you have the advantage. When you throw a deep pass, you get the safeties backing up. And that's what opens up the middle of the field. There's levels to this. You can't just stand there and hold the ball and expect the defense to respect the pass. That's why they didn't respect it with Fields. But I think you can move the ball on this team. There's times where Atlanta Falcons show up and their defense has been dominant. There's times where the Atlanta Falcons defense doesn't show up. Sound like a Jeff Ulbrich coach team? We saw it ourselves. I think our offensive line can allow us to do some things. Get the ball out of his hands quick, have a good game plan, feed Brees the ball time and time again, hit the misdirections, hit the counters, hit the cutbacks, throw a reverse in, toss one to Brees and give a reverse to Mechie or Smith or Mitchell or any of our guys who can run. Get Brees going with the run game, and then you can do your jet sweeps, and then you can do a reverse. Hell, you could even do a flea flicker. Flea flicker in the rain? Fuck it. Dial it up, Angstran. What do you got to lose? If you lose, you're 2-10. Who gives a shit? If you win, you can start to build on something here late in the year. There's been many teams throughout NFL history that have been dog shit. And then the end of a year, they get hot. They start to win a few games, and that momentum carries over into the second year, and things change. And the organization starts to get better, and they start to become a credible team. That's what I want to see at the end of the year. I don't care if we have to give up a second round pick extra to move up. I don't care. I want this team to look competent. I want this team to show we got it figured out. This is where the water level starts to rise for the New York Jets. Swamp Ranger, member for 15 months. Watch out. Watch out now. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Beat nuts. Jeff Ulbrich, revenge game. That's the emoji at the end. Listen, I liked Ulbrich. I liked Ulbrich as a defensive coordinator with Saleh, but fuck him. Fuck everybody. It's game day, baby. Rick Kent, member for 17 months. Thank you, Mr. Kent. I'd like to see them throw to Arian Smith a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be in the mix. They've scripted some plays to get Mechie the ball. I think they really love Mechie. I think Angstrand and Taylor really like Mechie. You saw it last week. He had 6 catches, the touchdown. The touchdown was designed to get him that ball. I think Mechie might be what they wanted Arian Smith to be. That speedster. Don't forget, Garrett comes back. And as of now, if Garrett can play, I say play him. Because I want to see what this passing attack looks like. I don't want to have to guess for another 8 months what it's going to look like. I want to see what an Angstrand passing attack looks like with Garrett Wilson, Mitchell, and Mechie. And then you add a rookie, and then you have Arian Smith as your fifth. I think that's a ton of speed. I would love to bring in another bigger guy to have that complement. I know Mitchell's 6'2", not the biggest, most physical guy, but I'm okay with going and getting another big body wide receiver. I like that. I still think you can do a 3-step drop and put a slant on a big bodied receiver on 3rd and 6 and move the chains. We saw it with Brandon Marshall. We saw it with Keyshawn. We saw it with Braylon Edwards. You can't defend that type of play when you have that big body, 6'3", 220 receiver who's just jacked and chiseled. Go get one of those guys to add to this wide receiver core, and you might have a really good receiving core, which is wild that we said that because for years we haven't had shit. Mark Ferraro, member for 17 months. Jets got to get their first interception today. Come on. It's like, come on. I'm a fan of that. I really am. I think you can do that today. It's wet. Maybe you get a tipped pass, goes through a receiver's hands. Let's get that today. I wonder what the bet is for Kirk Cousins to throw an interception, considering it's the Jets defense. Swamp Ranger says, in all seriousness, losing is the best thing for this franchise. Wins and losses mean nothing come the draft. Only positioning on the board. 2-15 is better than 5-12. Well, we had the number 2 pick, and we didn't succeed with it. So taking the right player matters. And there's been many teams that pick ahead of teams and miss. Josh Allen fell. Patrick Mahomes fell. Lamar Jackson fell. It's not a guarantee that you just get the best player because you have the higher pick. Having a better structure for a player to come into helps. Having a better environment, having a good offensive line, having the right coaching scheme, all factor into a rookie's development. In theory, you're right. Having the better pick should be the better situation, but it's not always the better situation. But in theory, you're correct. No, I wouldn't play him if he's healthy. That's why I said if he's healthy. If he's back and fully cleared, no injury, play him. I don't see you sitting a healthy Garrett. But if he's trying to play through an injury, that's where you protect him as an organization and you say no. So sorry for the confusion there, but that's where I'm at. If he's 100% healthy, play him. I want to get a taste of it. I want to see what is it like with Garrett. How do Mitchell and Mechie respond now that Garrett's getting double teamed and they can use their speed on the other side of the field to create opportunities? And now, if you add another receiver to that mix, another round one type of receiver, listen, we have our offensive line in place for the most part. I'm a big believer in re signing Simpson. I'm a big believer in giving Myers a 2-year, $12 million deal. Let him stick around, maybe even get him for less than that. Let him stick around. Draft an interior offensive lineman in round two, a guard or a guard center combo, so you have positional flexibility. Landon Dickerson came out of Alabama years ago as a center. They moved him over to guard, and he's like an all pro. So it's okay to have that guy who might not have the home, but centers and guards are pretty much the same. As long as you could snap and you're not awful at that, build the rest of this line. I'm okay keeping this line together too. I would like to upgrade from Myers. I would. I think Myers should go back to being a six man, being the mentor for a young center. But I'm also okay if Myers is the guy, and if you give him that 2-year deal, you can have those assets to address other areas, and then the following year you can go get a center. I don't think it's the end of the world if Josh Myers is our center for 26. Is this okay? Jets inactives coming out right now. Jets inactives are Jarvis Brownlee. We figured that when we saw Clark get elevated yesterday. Khalil Herbert, Braden McGregor. Figured that when we saw Watts get elevated. Mozzie Smith, Arian Smith is out. Jelani Woods is out, and Tyler Barron are out. So, sorry, Rick Kent. Arian Smith will not be getting the ball today. Lazard is active. Maybe they're going to run the ball a little more with the rain, and they figure we have enough speed with Mitchell and Mechie. Samini tweets right now, rookie Arian Smith is a healthy scratch as the Jets roll with Mechie, Mitchell, Williams, Lazard, Johnson at wide receiver. Williams has developed a nice little role too. I mean, he's done well in the special teams since coming back. Got player of the week 1 week. Should have got it another week and didn't. Should have split it that week when they both returned touchdowns, him and Nwangu. But it's quite the turnaround for a guy that got cut and released. Boomtown says, can someone explain why the Jets traded for Jelani Woods? I can put a positive twist on anything, and I have nothing here, Boom. I can't. I cannot, sir. He wins the Roger Saffold Award. Yeah, Roger Saffold was our big 2023, I believe, trade deadline acquisition. Excuse me. I don't think he went to IR. I didn't see him going to IR. Oh, man, my fucking arm. Don't get old. If you can prevent it, do it. They come out with a pill or a shot, take it. Yeah, so I don't know. With Alan Lazard coming in, I would expect a huge day on the ground. If you're bringing him in, you're going to use him for blocking. Brownlee not playing is a big deal. He leads that defense. He does. He makes a lot of calls in the checks, as you pointed out. He's physical. And I really think, yeah, he hurt his hip. He was a late addition. I believe it was Friday, Rick. He got added to the injury report with a hip. So I don't know if he strained something or If it was from contact and practice, I don't know. But he did get added on Friday, a late addition. But Brownlee setting that edge. Like, listen, do I want to see Isaiah Oliver or Stiggers out there trying to tackle? No. Do I want to see Tony Adams up at the line of scrimmage more? No. Brownlee has been part of the identity of this defense and the defense turning itself around. So not happy with that either. And I think we will notice that very early in this game. Not so much in the passing attack, but in the run. That run support on the outside, if Robinson tries to get wide and Brownlee being out there being able to tackle or reading the run and coming up to make the play. You can't teach those instincts. You can't. And he's a baller. He's a baller. It's a really good acquisition for Muji. Also, we got to show Muji some love. I'm a big fan of Muji. If you are a member of the channel, Darren Muji cooked. He cooked in the draft, in my opinion, and he cooked in free agent acquisitions or trades, I should say. No one's made more trades to acquire players in the season than the New York Jets have. And I feel that a bunch of these guys are going to be part of this team long term and on cheap contracts, too. That's the best part. They're all rookie, low-level contracts. You got Briggs and Phillips is $7.5 million, but it's non-guaranteed for next year. So you can either go to Phillips and say, "Hey, we like you as a leader. We'd like to maybe rework this deal, tear this contract up, do something else, give you some guaranteed money for a year or two." Now, maybe you go to him with the Alan Lazard deal. "Hey, we'll lower the overall number, but we'd like to keep you here." Mechie, restricted free agent. That'll be a cheap deal, maybe 1 or 2 million max. Mitchell is on a rookie contract as a second round draft pick. He's probably the most expensive of the bunch. Briggs, same thing. All you got to do is offer him the veteran minimum, which is 350, 375, and he'll be a Jet. So I think Muji's done a really good job with going after guys who aren't being appreciated elsewhere and finding a role for them here. And as much as some of you might not like Wilkes, I think he's done a really good job of implementing these guys like Brownlee, Briggs, and getting them to really be part of the identity quickly. So you could see that the type of players that they want those physical, just animals. There's no other way to describe it. They both play with that aggression. And when you're looking at doing mock drafts and when you're looking at what the team could look like, I would look for the guys who are just violent. I would look for the guys who, the opposite of the nice guys. Not guys who get in trouble off the field, but just nasty SOBs on the field. Yo, Holmes. Briggs is under contract until 27. It's an incredible deal. Yeah. Yeah, I think with the trade, if you're traded during that, we looked it up last week. I believe all the Jets have to do with him is just offer him the contract because according to Over the Cap and Spotrac, they don't have him with any additional years. So I don't know if something happens if you get traded, if you're a later round pick, but I'll know more of that as we go on. When it's not game day, I'll look into that today and have some more answers for you tonight. But folks, hit the like button if you have not already. Let's see where we're at. I dropped the call-in link. Let's hit the like button, folks. Stack will be very upset. We're slacking big time. We got 40 of you watching, only 21 likes. Hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate you if you're here watching. I appreciate you if you're giving the show a chance and you haven't before. Welcome. And we do have a raffle going on. We got Darrell Revis mini helmet and a Freeman McNeil autographed jersey. I believe we've had a Freeman McNeil before on the show. If you won that Freeman McNeil, let me know. I haven't kept track of who won it. So if you did win that, just give me a message in the chat. Also, it's Sunday. It's game day. All raffle entries are double today. We got a couple in already. Super chats, $5 and up, get you on the wheel. Gifted memberships get you on. Make sure you get in there. That's what she said. Speaking of that's what she said, I heard that she said she wants to hear from you. What's up,
Hi.
Lane?
Oh, hi, Nixon.
Oh, hi, Lane Kerner. How are you today?
Oh, I'm good. So yeah, let's talk about the
I have,
Jets.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the rain?
Well, it's raining really hard. Is it raining where you are actually?
No, I'm in a house. It's not raining here.
Oh, no, yeah. So I mean, look, we have to win today because I
Who's
mean,
we?
the Atlanta Falcons, the Jets have to win
Oh, the Jets. Okay. The Giants play
because
tomorrow. When you said
yeah,
we,
I
I
know
was
the
like,
Giants are playing
I
tomorrow.
got you.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, how do you feel? Do you start Reed? Like, do you start Sauce Gardner, or do you start Reed, or do you start maybe Justin Fields?
Sauce Gardner is on the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
DJ Reed is now on the Detroit Lions. So we wouldn't start either of them.
So
And
who do you see
Tyrod
like
Taylor will
starting?
be the quarterback.
Yeah, Tyrone Taylor. All right, so I don't know about Mendoza. He's like undrafted and he's in college. I know there is who else is in college that the Jets could pick up. There's like a lot of names.
There are a lot of names in college.
Oh yeah, yeah, and yeah, Samosa. Yeah, I mean, I can't stop thinking about when you got Charles the Dots and the Mega.
I didn't do
Conqueror.
that. Our good friend Knobcraft did.
Yeah, and it's funny when he was coming out with his like sweat shorts on, and he got his T-shirt in. It didn't look like English. It looked like he was it Hebrew or Indian?
Hindi.
Yeah, and he got two bottles of Coke.
You got 2 vials?
No, two bottles of Coke,
Oh,
not two
bottles.
vials.
Bottles.
I know I got tongue twisted, but yeah, I mean, so I was on the Addison show earlier and stuff.
Who's that?
It was good,
No,
but
who is
what
that?
the Addison show?
Where do I find that?
Well, you have to go to AddisonShow.com and he'll be on it.
AddisonShow.com? All right, hold on.
Yeah, let's actually talk about Addison. Let's actually bring.
It says we're having trouble finding that site.
Yeah,
AddisonShow.com.
yeah,
Nothing there.
the Addison show, but. Yeah, I mean, we have to win because, okay, I don't look, it's going to be tough because the Jets have to like move the ball. But yeah, I'm like nervous about today. Like, I think the score is going to be 37 Jets, 30 Falcons.
You think so?
Yeah, and yeah. Do you know who hasn't done? So what happened to Jay Graves? He hasn't been on the
He
Bobby
was just
show in a
on
while.
Saturday night. Friday night. Friday night I did a show
Yeah.
and she called in for a while.
Oh, so I do want to ask you now. So how was your Thanksgiving? Do you have any
My
turkey or
Thanksgiving was
fire?
very good. I got to spend time with the kids. I got to whip a Nerf ball at bed for about a half an hour. It was a great day overall.
Oh, and it was funny with Charles with the pie, like in the bed and stuff.
Yeah, Charles in the bed with a pie.
So dude, yeah, and like we have like it's like okay, so like honestly, it's gonna be tough to score today because of the Chiefs. Because let me see, can I see it? Oh, that's cute. Charles with a pie with a woman with a pie on her face.
Yes, sir.
Wait, okay, can I see this one?
Sure.
You are the father, and he's so like surprised actually. Talking about Charles, let's see if he can come on. Fresh pies. Where is he? Is he outside somewhere?
He's outside the pie store.
Um. So yeah, I mean like. So yeah, I mean, it's like um. Well, let's see what else. I mean, all I know that like you gotta start with the Jets and you have to. I mean, Jeff Urban is just like don't get me wrong, Jeff Urban is actually really good on this on the sidelines.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Now, Lane, if you had to share a pie with Charles, what pie would you share? If you brought a pie to Charles's apartment as like a housewarming present, what would you bring? What pie would Lane pick out?
I would either give him a cherry
Nice.
pie or a blueberry pie, but I like cherry pie actually.
Okay.
No, okay, let me read this. Imagine Lane and Charles splitting a pie.
Yeah. So I just asked you that.
Yep. Thank you, 273.
All right. Well, Lane, you
Yeah,
have a
okay,
great
thank you
day,
for
my
taking
friend.
my call.
Enjoy the game. Thank you for calling. I
You too.
appreciate you, Lane. You're a nice guy.
Okay, nice guy. Nice guy.
I'll see you
Thank
tonight.
you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Lane. 37-36. Lane says Jets are going to win. If you are on a train right now, I apologize. It's about to turn up.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear
What's
me,
up?
Nick? Let's talk
I
about the
hear
Jets
you.
game. So I'm on the way to MetLife Stadium right now. We're going to the Jets Falcons game. So I think the
Nice.
Jets are going to win today, 27-20. What's your thoughts on that?
I would like that. I would like a Jets
I think
victory.
my game plan, we got to be creative on offense. We got to use the plays that worked against the Ravens. Whether those the jet sweep to Arian Smith, that worked. We got to use Mechie more. I mean, John Mechie has
Arian
a lot of
Smith is
potential.
not active
We
today.
got to use
Max,
Brees Hall more in
Max,
the
take a
screen
breath.
game.
Max, take a breath. Arian Smith is not active today. Healthy
Not
scratch.
active. We
Healthy
got to use
scratch
Brees Hall
for
in the
Arian
screen game
Smith.
and more John Mechie. What's your thoughts on that?
I would like that. I would like that. I would love to see them.
I'll let you know how the game goes, Nick. I'll let you know how the Jets game is.
Where's your seats?
129. I got Big Show gave me the ticket, so we got them for free. So you got to thank Big Show.
Nice.
We're sitting like 129 row 30. Not bad seats, and we didn't have to pay anything for the seats. Big Show just gave away the
Awesome.
seats
Who are you
from
bringing
Jake
with you? A
Asman.
lovely lady? You bring a lovely lady with you?
No, just my dad. I want my dad. I'm going with my dad to the game.
Hey, sir, how are you?
Good.
Your
Very
son's
good.
energy is infectious.
I'm not a diehard Jets fan, but I become one. My son takes care of that.
Yeah. His
So
energy is great, man. He's been a nice addition,
I'm the
calling
good
into a
luck
couple of the
John.
YouTube
Every
shows.
time we go out to the stadium, the Jets are winning, actually. So,
I like it. I like it.
J-E-T-S. Jets.
There you go.
Let's
Be
go.
loud.
Let's go
Matt,
Jets.
have a great time with your dad, dude. That's awesome.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Call in tonight. Look at that. The New York Jets recruiting new fans. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, 129 is right where we sat. And row 30 should be covered unless the wind is blowing in your face. But those seats should be covered. I think. What row were we in? Fuck is Apple Wallet? So annoying. I don't know where you are. Where's Apple Wallet? All right, past games. We were row 34, so it won't be covered, but you can always move up. A lot of people will be moving up. It's funny when you see it on TV, the lower bowl will be empty, but then if you look up in the shaded area, it's like shoulder to shoulder because everybody tries to get out of the rain. But folks, call lines are open. Got about 20 minutes left. If you want to call in, give your takes on the game. Want to tell me how my positivity annoys you on a Sunday? I'm sure everyone would love to hear that again. You got to keep the streak alive. No, Lane, they can't. They can't. If they won these 5 or 6 games where they've blown leads with the last 3 minutes left, they would be in a very good position right now. So I don't think the Giants are that far off. Better coaching, and then they win a few more games. I thought it was on Big Ten Network. I don't know what that is. Ooh. All right. Let's take a look at the AFC. Like I said earlier, things that Jets fans are rooting for today. You're rooting for, obviously, the Titans to lose. You want the Titans to maintain the number 1 pick. That's very important. They have their quarterback, even though I don't think he will be very good. So here's what we got. We got Tennessee in the driver's seat right now at 1-10. Now the Giants are 2-10, and that's deceptive that they're in the 2 spot because they've lost an extra game. They haven't had their bye yet. So with their strength of schedule being 546 and ours being 526, if us and the Giants have the same record, we're actually ahead of them in the draft because our strength of schedule is weaker. And just to show you guys, 574, 546. Let's look at the teams in the 400s. 482 for Cleveland. 457 for Dallas is a pretty weak schedule. New England, 356. I've never seen a team in the 300s. Skip ad. Get away. I've never seen a team in the 300s. 356, your strength of schedule. Look, Denver, 443 is pretty weak. That might be the second weakest in the NFL, 443. 100 points almost lower. 90 points, 87. Ridiculous. Cupcake shit. You got the New Orleans Saints today. Let's see who they're playing. So if the Jets lose, if you're someone who wants them to lose, we could get up to number 2 by the end of the day. If the Saints win, and the Saints are playing the Dolphins in Miami. So if the Saints can win and we lose, we can bump up to number 2. Now, if we win, we could fall as far as 7, depending how other things go. But our worst case scenario is win and we're down to 7, lose and we can get up to as high as 2. So that's where we're at. And that's why I really don't give a shit about losing. Because no matter where we end up, I am firm belief that we are trading up for a quarterback. So I'm not going to stress it whether we win or whether we lose. Hopefully, Miami can help us by doing what Miami is very capable of doing, shitting the bed. And hopefully, the Saints get a victory if you're looking to get higher in the draft. That's where we're at. And just to see the mock, has us taking Ty Simpson. So Ruben Bain Jr., Arvell Reese, two guys who can get after the quarterback at the top of the draft. Mendoza, Simpson, Moore, 3, 4, 5. But plenty of time for that down the road. I don't know who they play next week, but I know they play the Patriots tomorrow night. Infrared says, I just want to see us play a competitive game. I mean, we have. We've played a lot of competitive games this year. We just haven't had enough offense to win. You know, you can't keep a defense out there for 35 minutes and expect them to do well. You know, we're not giving up 40 points a game like we did a couple times or close to earlier in the season. I think the defense has settled in. I think they're getting comfortable. I think Wilkes is knowing how to call it. As we pointed out earlier, missing Brownlee is big. Missing Brownlee is big, especially setting the edge in the run game. That's where I think you're going to see it. If Robinson starts to turn the edge today, you should say to yourself, fuck, we really missing Brownlee today. He fractured his fibula, but he's also playing through it. I forgot to see who the Colts. The Colts have a bye this week? Where are you? Oh, Colts have the Texans. Hopefully that Texans defense can carry them to a victory. Yeah, as soon as we made that Sauce Gardner trade, the biggest thing for us as Jets fans is the Colts losing that division, having a bye or not having a bye week because they were in position to have the bye when the trade was made. So things are going the Jets' way with the Colts right now. Colts lose today. They're another game closer to losing that division and having to go on the road for a playoff game. And that's what we want. We want them to have to go to Denver, Texans. We want them on the road for a playoff game. The Colts, you don't want them home. You want them losing because if they lose in the first round of the playoffs, they are anywhere from 19 to 24 in the draft because the teams that lose wild card weekend are slotted there. And then it goes based off of your record and strength of schedule as tiebreakers. So we can get as high as the lower 20s with this draft pick. When we first made the trade, all the projections had us at 32. We're realistically, they get knocked out in round one. You're looking at that pick being 22, 23, 24, somewhere in that range because they're still going to. But if they lose a few more games, now you can get to maybe 19, 20, 21. Who knows? But that's the big thing for the Jets. That second pick being high and being a best case. Now, a free for all where they miss the playoffs completely, that's even better. I don't know if they'll do that, but I'll root for that. Let's go Texans. But that's your rooting guide. Root for the Saints to beat the Dolphins. Root for the Giants to beat the Patriots tomorrow night if you want to move up in the draft, and obviously you want the Jets to lose. But also you want the Houston Texans and that ferocious pass rush with former Jet Sheldon Rankins. You want them kicking ass. Wow, this one hurts. The Jets are 2-9, looking to avoid their sixth straight 10-loss season. Would be the third longest streak in Super Bowl era. Longest was Tampa Bay with 12 straight from 1983 to 1994. Jets also looking to avoid elimination. A loss combined with a Buffalo and Jacksonville win clinches their 15th straight non-playoff year. Thank you, Rich Cimini, for that riveting, positive information. Oh, interesting. All right. Nick Shine Show here. We're going to take a quick detour. And that detour is going to bring us to the college football playoff. First off, I just want to let you guys know that the shit talk in the Shine family has already started. For those of you that don't know, I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. Nikki is an Alabama stupid elephant fan. I don't know what the fuck that is. But SEC championship Saturday, 4 o'clock. It's going to be very festive. We're going to put up my Christmas tree here with the kids, and then we're going to watch that game. And Sophia's going to laugh at both of us as we shit talk each other the entire day. Now, in terms of the playoff, I don't give a shit who's left out. When it was 4 teams, oh, who's the first team left out? And there was drama. 8 teams, who's the first team left out? If you can't solidify your resume as a top 12 team in the country, shut the fuck up. I don't care who 13 is. I don't care who 14 is. You've had an entire season to get into the top 12. If you can't do that, shut the fuck up. I don't need the drama that is going to be manufactured by ESPN and others. Oh, they left this team out. Their resume. You have 3 losses. Shut up. You're not good enough to be a title contender. Shut up. No one cares if the 14th guy in boxing gets a title shot. You don't deserve it. Save the bullshit. Save the drama for your mama. I don't understand how they put it. Here's what they should do. You want to have a great tournament? Here's what you do. You take the top 12 teams in the country that aren't in the SEC and you stack them, and you take the top 12 teams from the SEC and then you play a tournament, and it's SEC versus the world. And I guarantee you SEC will win majority of the time. That would be the most entertaining tournament there is. And it would prevent teams from trying to get to the SEC. Let's go USC. Welcome, Chad. Appreciate you being here. No, because they didn't let Georgia in to defend their title, ISU. ISU, I'm trying to be positive here on a Jet Sunday. Can you cut the negative bullshit that you're bringing here? Why you got to bring up the past, man? We're worried about the future, bro. Stay focused here. Follow my lead, ISU. Don't go off the path. The hell's the matter with you? Georgia's got to beat Alabama this Saturday. There's no way that happens. This Alabama team's not impressive. Also, Simpson, you got to return to school, man. You got to return to school. He didn't look very good yesterday against Auburn. Granted, he made a throw at the end to get a touchdown. I said the same thing about Mendoza. Sometimes you're off, but this has been multiple weeks in a row now where Simpson has been off. And I really believe the best thing for that kid is to go get another year in school. Moore, I think he's ready. I think Moore is ready for the NFL. I'd like to see him add a little bit more muscle to that frame, but I think he's ready, and I think Simpson should return. Now, if you're a Jet fan, you want more quarterbacks in the draft, right? But I also don't want to take a kid just to take a kid. I want to take the right kid. Oh, horrible news. Nick Faria's father passed away. Thank you, Mark, for sharing that in the Discord. Nick Faria says, we are devastated to announce that my father passed away Sunday night due to another stroke. My father was many things in the community. He was a passionate coach, a diehard Steelers fan, a former member of the East Providence School Committee, and so much more. So, shout out to Nick Faria. Condolences to him and his family. Horrible news. Horrible news. So, awful. Damn. Yeah, it's sad. It's a part of life, and it sucks when it hits. Lane, I literally just read it. His dad had a stroke. Had a second stroke. The crash jet coming. I'm leaning towards more every day. He reminds me of Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I'm just concerned about his frame. He's pretty mobile. I watched a little bit of the game yesterday while I was on the Addy show, not on addisonshow.com, as Lane promoted earlier. That website's not active yet. It's still under construction. But I don't know. I look at Mendoza and I see a lot of traits that will transcend into the NFL. And that's how they go when they look at these guys. They're not looking at your statistics. They're not looking at your team record. They're looking at your individual skill set and how will that translate to the NFL. Can you do what a team wants in the NFL? Can you make the throws? Do you read the defense the right way? Do you get the ball out on time? What are you looking for when they sit down and interview these guys? You've seen the videos with John Gruden and others. Draw this play up. You're drawing up a play. What are you drawing up for me against this defense? What are you looking to attack? You've seen the clips with Andrew Luck throughout the years. You want a smart quarterback. I think that Mendoza, for me, is the guy this year. And I think that the Jets are going to pay the price to get up to number one. I really do. I've been saying that for weeks. I think when you look at Mendoza and you compare it to the other quarterbacks in this class, he's the cream of the crop. He's got the size, he's got the arm, he's mobile. He's not Lamar Jackson, but he can run RPOs, he can run the ball. And that's what you need. You just need the threat of a mobile quarterback. I don't want to put him out there to take hits time and time again, but you want a guy who can move, and he can. Let's see. Where are we at? Hit the like button if you haven't already. Shout out to those of you that have. We're at 31 with almost 50 of you watching. If you would please hit the thumbs up. Show some love. Also, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back on tonight, 8 p.m. for the Jets post-game show. Sunday night, Shine Time in prime time. Set your reminders now. I'll set that stream up as soon as we're done with this one, getting ready for the game. And while you're here, Darrelle Revis mini helmet getting raffled off December 21st, and a Freeman McNeil autographed jersey. 2 raffles, 1 day. Let's help get to that plateau. $5 super chats and up. Get you on the wheel. Gifted memberships. Let them fly. Show some love. Spread some love in the community. Not like Johnny Boy would, but just as a nice Jet fan would. Adirondack says Mendoza or bust. Nate says I liked because Nick told me to. 6 feet isn't small. Yeah, fuck that. You got to be taller than me if you're going to be on my team as a quarterback. I'm 6'2" and like a half now. Yes, I've shrunk. I used to be 6'3". I argued with the lady at the doctor this year. I was like, it's 6'3". She's like, no, you're like 6'2" and a half. I'm like, ridiculous. I lost a toe, lady. Give me 6'3". The hell's wrong with you? Chad says Mendoza, please. Curly Norman, yeah. The Macho Man, the cream of the crop, yeah. Beast Breaker does the worst Macho Man impression you've ever heard in your life. Yeah, dig it. Elizabeth! Sorry. Yes, Lane. I'm going to watch the Jets game. Are you going to watch the Jet game? Yes. Damn you, Rusty. Damn you. Damn you to hell, I say. But, folks, we're getting close to game time. Hey, I guess it's got to be 6'2" and a half. Now, it doesn't even rhyme. What are we going to do? Maybe I'll be 6'1" by the time Rob V shows up again. 6'1" ain't no fun. 6'2", what you gonna do? We'll figure it out. He's witty. What we got here? We got an alert coming in. You know what? The Jets have this dog now called Jet. I think it's pretty cute. Nice little puppy. Adirondack Fly Guy? I see you. Rick Kent. Speaker of truth. Adirondack Fly Guy, speaker of truth. Yeah, Lane, you should delete that chat from your subscriptions. If you don't let Lane on, you can't be a nice guy. I'm just grateful that people haven't been sent after me yet because I went on at the same time as them. Fucking loser. Crazy world we live in. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 p.m., Rick Kent put a comment. Read that, absorb that information, and take that with you wherever you go throughout the rest of your life. But folks, last call for call-ins. Infrared knows what I'm talking about. A lot of you do. A lot of you who are in the Discord do. I think I did mention it on air at one point. And maybe part of the messaging in this song is directed in a certain direction.
Good evening, everyone. Normally, this is the part where I go into a monologue about the Jets. I got to address something first. There's been some shit talk out there about this program. Don't talk shit about my family. They're my family.
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Get ready for this new showdown. I call it the anytime, any day throwdown. Nick Shine, kill these clowns till they make no sound. They lose weight, we feel great when we burn these pounds. We all know that jet green make the earth go round. Another rookie head coach, another first go round. We bleed green, each fiends hope this team win now. And twist dreams in the DP when my beats are found. Shine is unite, knock the lights out at midnight. We go show for show, goon for goon. We can fist fight, I rip mics. Clemens and Williams, all the dislikes. Bunch of Jets rappers out there, they ain't this nice. I did this twice. Got a sick addiction, so the green and white's my vice. I gave it blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, I paid my price. Many years on this flight, no prescription, but I need a championship in my life, yo.
For as long.
Knock the lights out at midnight? I wonder who that had reference to. Shout out to Blitz BK. Folks, if you are a member of the channel, show some love to Blitz. He deserves it. Some of you have already. Bill, Infrared, Rick, Stack. Hell yeah. Blitz, one of the homeboys. Yeah, the angry baby's the best. Blitz just looks, it's great. When he first sent me that, he's like, "I got it. I think we got it." I'm like, "What'd you do?" He's like, "You'll see," and he sent it to me. It was fantastic. Excuse me. 90 million for Kiffin to go to Florida, right? Wow. Give me 1 second. All right. Lane Kiffin. See, here's the part of college football that they have to correct. This portal should not be activated until after the season ends. You know how NFL has free agency in March? There's like a schedule of when things can happen when players hit free agency. You shouldn't have people who in early December, if they don't have a bowl game, can enter the portal. There should be a time period when it's allowed. They need to structure that better for college football. And I just feel that if you're a coach of a team, you should coach until your season's over. I think it's horrible. Oh, LSU, not Florida. Thank you. I reported the other guy is going to Florida earlier. So that's why I had it in my head. Yeah, I had that announcement that I read earlier still in my head. Forgive me. Lane Kiffin going to LSU. LSU does this, right? They get spikes, then they suck. Then they get spikes, then they suck. That's how LSU's always been. There's times where they'll get into the top five, they'll fall off. There's time where they catch lightning in a bottle and they have that incredible team with Joe Burrow with like 20 first round picks or 20 NFL players on that team. And then they suck for a few years and then they come back up. So it's hard to judge how teams are going to be in college football with how the money dispersed. I don't know. It's kind of ruining the sport for me. But until Georgia falls off, I won't be that upset about it. As long as Kirby Smart stays in Georgia and they keep doing what they're doing and they're getting guys ready for the pros and they're bringing in the elite talent, I'm okay with the structure. However, lose to Alabama again this week and we got to change everything. I will be not in a good mood on Saturday if they lose to Alabama yet again. Win, you could end up being number one or number two because Indiana or Ohio State, one of them is going to lose. So Georgia should bump up, be the one or the two seed. I'll say this. I hope Ohio State beats Indiana because I want Georgia to get to two, and then you wouldn't see Ohio State into the championship. I wouldn't want Indiana to win, and then Ohio State falls to like three, and then the semifinal game would be Ohio State. So as a Georgia fan, I wanna wait to play Ohio State. I Gypsy, I am in favor of this. I just think it needs better structuring. And I think they're going to get there. But even if they get there, let's be real. There's still going to be backdoor deals. There's still going to be boosters that give perks. But I just feel that the structure of declaring for the portal should have like a time frame and a window. And the reason that Kiffin isn't going to coach Ole Miss now is because they don't want him in-house recruiting players to leave to come with him to LSU. They want him out of the building the second he signs the deal. So I think it's really poor for the sport that you have a guy who could be coaching a team in the tournament, not coaching the team in the tournament. It's reckless right now. It's pathetic how it is. You know, last year Florida State or the year before Florida State had all these guys not playing the game, and then there's guys entering the portal as games are still going on, and they're switching schools, and it's chaotic. Structure it, set a time frame. It opens up 2 days after the college championship's over, and it's open through May 1st, whatever date you pick. That's just something I threw off the top of my head. Tom, agreed. Agreed. That's more part of it. And coaches want the flexibility. You can't even design a contract to say something like you have to pay us a certain amount, or the school you're speaking to has to pay us to release you from your contract, because coaches will never sign with that, because you never know what's going to happen down the road. But dogs are always afraid of Buckeyes. The fuck, Brutus? Who the fuck's afraid of Brutus? He's playing in the snow yesterday, which was pretty funny. I'm not Ohio State or Michigan fan, so I usually root for whichever team is at home to lose, so their fans are upset. Yes, I'm a hater at times. But I thought it was really funny when Brutus went out there and wrote the Ohio in the snow, and then did the X through the big M in the end zone. That's great. I'm surprised Brutus didn't get the shit beat out of him or his head ripped off. Kind of like the guy that messed with Nate's bike last night. Yeah, agreed, Tom. Putting the NFL model together and creating a free agency window, and having new season begins on this date. How do I feel about the flag planting? Well, listen, we're in a community where we're very accepting of those who like to wave flags. And if you didn't know that was coming, you haven't been watching this show. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid, and I will give Ohio State credit for not allowing their players to even attempt it. And I'll say this: who the fuck gives about painted grass? Oh, that's our logo. It's fucking grass. Who cares? Win the game. I think both sides are corny with it. I think both sides are stupid with it. It shouldn't be, oh, we care. All right, win the game. Beat your opponent. You want to do it when you win, so you got to allow them to do it if they win. It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't know. I don't have that college experience where it means something. I became a fan of Georgia Bulldogs in the late 80s when I first saw the Bulldog. I was like, I love that dog. That's my team. So I don't have that. I went there. I don't have that school attachment. So I guess I'm an outsider speaking on it, but it is what it is. I get it. I saw this at like 2 in the morning last night. Yeah, he poisoned a tree. Some guy down in Alabama poisoned a tree for Auburn and called in and told people that he did it. And they're like, what about prison time? Man, I don't give a fuck. I did what I did. If one team sets fire to the other stadium and burns it down, do they win the rivalry? No, but I will say this. It's quite interesting that all of these high-rise apartment buildings on the other side of the world caught fire and none of them collapsed from a fire. Hmm, interesting. High rises burnt to a crisp and didn't collapse. Hmm, I guess they didn't demolish them as we've seen here. I guess the air pressure is different in a different hemisphere, so that's the only reason those buildings are still standing. Gypsy, I didn't. I started working right away. I fucked around too much with my grades. I had offers from like Moravian, Scranton, NJIT to go play basketball, but I fucked around with my grades too much. I skated through high school because I was a 6'3" white power forward. I thought I was going to the top of the world with that So I didn't take my grades seriously, and I didn't want to go to community college. So I actually found a job right out of high school. Within a month out of high school, I found a really good paying job, and then just kept finding better paying jobs. No, jetpack. They don't. Believe it or not, they don't. Oh yeah, a white power phone. Yeah, white. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I said that. I got you. If you clip that, it just says me saying white power. Yep, I see what you're doing there. Well done. Well done. I know. I just didn't take my studies seriously, Black Gypsy. That's why as soon as I became a coach, I tell all these kids, you're a student athlete, student first, athlete second. Make sure you take care of everything in the classroom or you won't play for me. I try to take my mistakes and poor decisions that I made and pass my knowledge on to, not only my kids, but other kids that I've coached to make sure that they can have the best possible life. Trust me, if I could go back, that's one of the biggest things I would change. Fox Sports Talk, our buddy Fox, or Sean Fox, as you were called yesterday by Lane, but Steven, thank you for the super chat. What have we learned? Nick does the world's worst Macho Man impression. We appreciate you. Wow. Words hurt, Fox. Well, you know what, Fox? I can fight fire with fire. Speaking of fire, I hope none of your lighters work today during the game and you can't light your bowl. So, Jetpack. I just found this channel and I like it. Well, thank you for being here. We'll be back on tonight, 8 o'clock, Shine Time and Prime Time, post game show. But until then,
now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shine.
For those of you that are new here, welcome. Thank you for giving this channel a chance. We put a pretty little bow on the show here at the end. I learned Stephen Fox has awful Macho Man takes. Also, it's tough to do an impression when you have the headphones on. It makes you sound weird. Yeah, that was too low, Fox. That wasn't nice. That wasn't cool. Now, the last thing in the world I need right now is Rick Kent back in that take up. Damn it, Rick. Come on, buddy. I have to stop using Beast since he's only allowed on one show now. Is that a real thing? Black Gypsy says, what I learned today is Shine got me hyped to watch the Jets lose. Is this a real thing? Like, did this get announced? Like, is this real? Wow. Infrared, I learned that turkeys are made in China too. Rusty says, I learned that Nick has been lying to us and he's not really 6'3" and more towards 6 foot, almost 5'11". Stop your nonsense. Adirondack, I'm pumped for a loss. Curly, if you think Nick's impression is bad, you've never heard Beast Breakers? Oh, Beast Breaker. Beast Breaker just talks as Beast Breaker saying Macho Man words. He repeats it. He doesn't do the impression of it. Peg and Artie showing up at the buzzer. Not announced, but it seems to be the case. All right. Exclusive contract. All right. learned Nick is angling to take over the Cinnabon show if an opening should arise. Who is that? I don't even know who that is. Oh, too soon. Too soon. Planned demolition? What? I've learned Brown Friday is a thing the day after Thanksgiving. Yes. Yes, it is. Well, folks, half an hour to game time. The Jets will win this game 19-16. Nick Folk going for a day with 4 field goals. Brees Hall with a touchdown. Let's go, Jets. Have a great one. We'll see you guys tonight. Thank you to everyone who gifted memberships during the show. And Stephen Fox for his very, very awful take. But I'm appreciative for the super chat, but not the words that you shared, Mr. Fox. Give me Nick Folk, star of the game. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Happy Lord's Day. Go Jets. If they lose, I'm okay with it. I will root for them to win until they don't. And keep an eye out for this website. And since Lane mentioned this earlier, Lane, if you're still here, type in the chat. I don't want to play a 3-minute video if you're not here, Lane. So Lane Kerner, say hello in the chat, buddy, so I know that you're there. Oh, right at the buzzer. Party with Peg and Artie. Fuck that tank bullshit. Let's shine, y'all. Hell yeah. Thank you, Peg and Artie. Appreciate you guys. That gets you 4 entries on the wheel. We will be giving away the Darrell Revis mini helmet and a Freeman McNeil autographed jersey. No Lane? Is Lane here? All right, Lane is here, but now he doesn't type. All right, this video is for Lane. Everyone have a good day. Shout out to Knobcraft, not Nick Shine, who gave Charles these gifts. Where did it go? I got to organize these better. Here we go. Later, everyone.
How's it going, guys?
Is this your masturbation uniform?
Oh, stop it!
He's Charles. I come here today bearing gifts. Not from me, from Knobcraft. Knobcraft has sent you many gifts. I don't know what they are.
It's drink Cheerwine soda.
Now you gotta put it on. Hold on. Don't get ahead of yourself. We gotta go one gift at a time. Go to camera, please. Smile.
Pork range with milk grain. Nutrition facts, 3.5 serving size, 2 ounces.
It's only 375% of your cholesterol intake for today. Material.
I think it's Hebrew or something.
It's not Hebrew. It's probably Hindi, and it says New York Jets in Hindi.
That's very interesting. Very interesting. I like that.
Here we go. Let's get you in your uniform. Hold on.
Oh, my God.
What are these?
Large size condoms. The thinnest Magnum condom. So I got
That's going to be my screensaver.
And I got dots. I love me some dots, man. They're one of my favorite candies since childhood. Fortunately, the only negative I can say, they get stuck to your teeth sometimes.
They do. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the great Charles Gorman. Charles, you received a Show Me Your Butthole hat, a New York Jets shirt written in Hindi, considering the neighborhood that you live in. You received 2 boxes of dots, a pork brains, 2 Cheerwine sodas, and a box of Magnum Raw large-size condoms, the thinnest Magnum condom, lubricated, for contraception plus STI protection. Charles, what are your thoughts on this gift package that you've just gotten from the great Knobcraft?
Well, thank you, Knobcraft, for the gifts, especially with some of the food, but the condoms. You guys really want me to lose that virginity, huh? Well,
you want to lose your virginity?
I do, to the right woman.
Miss, are you the right woman? She didn't respond. I tried, Charles.
Probably my favorite gift outside of the dots and the soda is the shirt with the Hindi on it.
What's it say?
New York Jets in Hindi.
New York Jets in Hindi. Absolutely 100%.
Sorry if my emotions get the better of me sometimes. I can be a unique individual when it comes to that shit.
I say fuckhead, but unique individual also works. Well, Charles, you're a good man. People want the best for you. Now you go get the best for yourself. Go get a job. Nikki, thoughts on the gift package for Charles?
I like them all.
And remember, when we win, do this.
To the member.